With the increased attention this year, there's also been increased scrutiny about the quality of refereeing. Curious if there has been any conversation about whether it's referee pay, referee training, anything to ensure that is as good as it can.
The WNBA is standing at a crossroads. Rising stars like Caitlin Clark and a wave of fresh talent promised a new era of greatness, but behind the glitz, a refereeing crisis threatens to overshadow it all. Today, we're diving deep into a storm that's shaking the very foundation of women's basketball. From Cathy Engelbert's surprising stance on WNBA referees to shocking evidence of bias in the finals, we're uncovering the story that everyone's talking about. Fans are demanding answers, players are voicing outrage, and the league's future hangs by a thread. As we peel back the layers of this officiating debacle, you'll see exactly why the basketball world is up in arms and why this isn't just another controversial call.
And the one thing as a very long-term sports fan I know is that officiating and refereeing is always at the top of a fan's list, of the media's list.
The integrity of the game is on the line, and the clock is ticking for the WNBA to face these challenges head-on. Prepare for an eye-opening look at the mounting crises threatening the league and the consequences if they go unchecked. Every pass, every foul, every decision has fans, players, and coaches questioning the system. But before we break it all down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Because what you're about to see will make you question everything you thought you knew about professional basketball.
This WNBA finals game was absolutely rigged, and there is so much proof. What a terrible way to end this WNBA season.
With just 5.2 seconds left on the clock, a single whistle pierced the tense silence of the arena. The crowd held its breath, unaware that this moment would ignite a controversy rocking the WNBA to its core. Game 5 of the WNBA Finals, Minnesota Lynx versus New York Liberty. The score, 62-58. Every eye was glued to the court, every heartbeat synchronized with the ticking clock. And then it happened. Lynx forward Natasha Smith found herself guarding Liberty superstar Breanna Stewart. The whistle blew. Foul on Smith. Pandemonium erupted. Cheers, boos, and disbelief mingled in the stands. Stewart stepped to the line for 2 critical free throws that would tie the game and push it into overtime. But as fans and players replayed the moment in their minds, questions arose. Was the call fair? Stewart seemed to take extra steps, and contact with Smith appeared minimal. Was this the mistake that would define the finals?
She doesn't just take one extra step. Let's count here how many steps she takes when she gets the ball. I'm gonna put this in slow motion. Okay, so she gets the ball here. She jumps 1, 2, 3, 4. She at least jumps 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. She at least takes 4 steps at minimum. She might have taken.
The basketball world reacted almost instantly. NBA icons like LeBron James and Damian Lillard took to social media, questioning the call and the entire officiating of the game. Their words echoed the frustration of countless fans who felt the outcome had been unjustly altered. The controversy escalated as the world demanded answers. How could such a pivotal moment be decided by a call so debatable? Tension gripped the league, anticipation mounting as the WNBA scrambled to respond to a growing storm. Every statement, every clarification or lack thereof kept the world watching, waiting, and wondering what would come next.
See in this photo here, which is right before Stewie goes up with the ball, Elena Smith is not touching her at all. She has 2 fingers that look like slightly tapping the ball. Her body isn't touching Breanna Stewart. Her arm isn't touching Breanna Stewart. There was clearly 0 contact.
When the official explanation finally arrived, it only added fuel to the fire. Referees claimed that Natasha Smith had not been in a legal guarding position, a term rarely invoked and one that left basketball analysts scratching their heads. The explanation seemed at odds with what millions had seen unfold on the court. This controversial call exposed cracks far deeper than a single play, highlighting systemic issues in officiating and prompting questions about fairness, consistency, and the league's ability to maintain credibility in its most critical moments. And as the backlash continued to grow, one question loomed larger than ever. What would it take for the WNBA to regain trust?
NBA season, and you do not overturn this call after seeing not only the travel that came before it, but then also the no contact when she went up with the ball. It's crazy. If this were on the NBA side, that referee would have been fired before the game even ended. But here is the reasoning as to why they didn't overturn this foul. So this is what the ref said.
Breanna Smith is not in a legal guarding position. Therefore, Stewart will be shooting 2 free throws. And Minnesota loses their timeout.
So Alana Smith is not in legal guarding position.
Little did anyone know that controversial foul was only the beginning. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert stepped into the spotlight during a recent press conference held in the midst of the WNBA Finals. Addressing the mounting refereeing issues, her dismissive remarks about poor officiating left fans and players stunned. sparking a question on everyone's mind. Is this the breaking point for the WNBA? If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know your time is valuable, and we appreciate it. Now, back to the storm unfolding on the court. This entire fiasco points to a deeper problem in WNBA leadership. When asked about the quality of refereeing, Engelbert's response was shocking in its nonchalance. "They're human," she said. "Let's roll the footage."
Obviously, not every, they're humans. Looking at technology, basketball is a little more complex than tennis, for instance, around technology of officiating. So we're looking at a variety of different dimensions.
As Game 5 drew to a close, a startling statistic emerged, one that painted a troubling picture for the league. The free throw disparity between the Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty was staggering. New York had taken an astonishing number of free throws compared to Minnesota, far beyond what aggressive play alone could justify. This imbalance shifted the dynamics of the game in favor of the Liberty at every turn. Lynx star Nia Coffey or Nafisa Collier, depending on your original intent, found herself repeatedly denied calls while driving to the basket, absorbing contact without reward. Fans and analysts alike began to question whether the refereeing favored one team over another, and the seeds of a larger controversy had been planted.
It motivates me to never try to have the game that close again, where it can be decided by whoever it was decided by. Yeah.
As the final buzzer echoed through the arena, the controversy boiled over. Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve didn't hold back during the post-game press conference. Her words, dripping with frustration and barely contained anger, reverberated throughout the basketball world. Reeve laid bare what she saw as systemic issues plaguing the league, pointing to deeper inconsistencies in officiating and fairness. Every statement she made kept fans and commentators on edge, hanging on her every word, waiting to see what would happen next.
The challenge, we have got to change our challenge rules, and the officials doing the game should have a third party, because that was not a foul. That call should have been reversed on that challenge. If we sent that clip in, well, first of all, Nafisa Collier, a number of times that she's held, etc., and there's nothing down that end, right? Which it's kind of, for whatever reason, in the series, that was kind of the way it was.
The basketball community held its collective breath, anticipating the WNBA's response. Hours turned into days, and speculation ran rampant. Would Reeve face punishment for her candid remarks, or could her words become the spark for much-needed change? In a move that shocked many, the league announced that Cheryl Reeve would not be fined. This unprecedented decision spoke volumes. It was a tacit acknowledgement of the issues she had raised. The ruling emboldened players, coaches, and analysts alike to speak openly about the state of officiating. What began as a controversy over a single call had transformed into a broader debate about fairness, consistency, and the very future of women's basketball. But just when it seemed the storm might settle, another controversy emerged. Commissioner Engelbert's appearance at the championship ceremony, meant to be a moment of triumph, instead threatened to ignite the basketball world once more. What did she do that had fans questioning the integrity of the league?
You thought it couldn't get any worse. Fans were noticing the commissioner's outfit that she wore for the trophy presentation.
The championship ceremony should have been a pinnacle moment for the WNBA. The New York Liberty had triumphed in a fiercely contested final series, and the Barclays Center buzzed with excitement as players, coaches, and officials gathered on the court. All eyes turned to Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, who was to present the coveted trophy. But as Engelbert took center stage, a collective gasp rippled through the crowd. Her attire immediately drew attention. Elements of her outfit were widely perceived as favoring the New York team. Suddenly, the focus shifted from the championship to the commissioner's wardrobe choice. The implications were immediate and far-reaching. Here was the league's top official, tasked with impartiality, appearing to signal favoritism at the worst possible moment, right after a controversial finals game that had already left fans and players questioning fairness. The stage was set for yet another firestorm.
Her dress. It's literally the New York skyline. And okay, I kind of get it. They're playing in New York, so no matter what team wins, but you have a New York team playing their final game in New York. This is just basic IQ. Like, I would like to test the IQ of everyone in management at the WNBA and see if any of them are qualified to run any major business.
The basketball world erupted in outrage. Fans, analysts, and even casual observers weighed in, and the message was clear. A commissioner should never appear to favor one team, especially during a championship game. Engelbert's outfit became a symbol of everything critics felt was wrong with league leadership. Some argued the WNBA wasn't even trying to hide its bias anymore, with the commissioner's wardrobe choice acting as a brazen acknowledgement of favoritism toward New York. Hours turned into days, and the basketball world held its breath, waiting for a response. Surely, they thought, the league would address the misstep, offer an explanation, or at least acknowledge the poor optics. But silence from WNBA headquarters was deafening. No statement, no apology, nothing. The lack of response only fueled speculation. Was the league hoping the controversy would blow over? Or was there a more calculated reason for their silence?
Overhaul needs to happen from top down. Like on every level, it's just disaster after disaster after disaster after disaster. Like this, at this point, it's laughable. I can't even hold back at this point. There were so many people, former WNBA players, current WNBA players, coming out and just saying how bad the referees were, how that could actually happen in the finals game. And then the commissioner is on stage in a New York skyline dress. How can people not think it's rigged?
The incident became a watershed moment for fans questioning the league's integrity. For skeptics, it confirmed their worst suspicions. For loyal supporters, it was a crisis of faith. Even as the basketball world grappled with the implications of Engelbert's wardrobe choice, deeper questions emerged. Was this merely a series of unfortunate coincidences, or was there something more deliberate at play? Fans and analysts began uncovering a troubling pattern suggesting the WNBA's problems ran far deeper than anyone had imagined. The finals controversy exposed systemic issues threatening the league's credibility. Voices like Jason Whitlock, never one to hold back, boldly called the WNBA the worst-run league in American sports, implying that Game 5 may have been a rigged embarrassment or calculated manipulation to deliver a New York Liberty championship.
This is the worst-run sports league in the history of America. They get one gift, Caitlin Clark, and the entire league, for the most part, hates Caitlin Clark and tries to diminish Caitlin Clark and want to showcase all of these other women that people aren't interested in.
Allegations of bias forced a confrontation with an uncomfortable question. Could the game have been rigged? Skeptics pointed to questionable calls, the glaring free throw disparity, and Engelbert's ill-timed wardrobe choice as evidence. Others insisted it was human error and unfortunate coincidence, but the financial stakes of a New York championship loomed large. A Liberty title could boost viewership, attract major sponsorships, and increase league revenue, a tempting prize for a league still fighting for mainstream recognition. Experts warned that even the perception of bias could be devastating. Once lost, the integrity of the game is almost impossible to reclaim. The controversy threatened to alienate loyal supporters and turn away potential fans, potentially undoing years of progress. As the basketball world wrestled with these issues, all eyes turned to potential solutions.
NBA Replay Center will provide on-site referees with superior tools and more control over the video review process.
The NBA's 2-minute report and the NHL's centralized officiating system offered inspiration for change. Transparency, consistency, and accountability became the rallying cry. Proposals for the WNBA ranged from enhanced referee training to advanced replay technology designed to prevent critical errors in real time. Fans and analysts debated which measures could truly restore fairness and credibility, and the league's next steps would determine whether these ideas remained theoretically or became game-changing reforms.
Brendan Shanahan of the National Hockey League's Department of Player Safety. Throughout the season, we will provide video examples of both legal hockey plays and illegal plays that rise to the level of supplemental discipline.
Some voices called for an independent oversight committee to review contentious calls and guarantee impartiality. Others demanded stricter guidelines for league officials to prevent even the appearance of favoritism. A challenge system, similar to those used in other sports, gained traction as a potential solution to settle controversial calls in real time. The WNBA now stands at a crossroads. The decisions it makes in response to this crisis will shape the future of women's professional basketball. Will the league seize this moment as an opportunity for meaningful reform, or will it let the controversy fade without resolution? The basketball world watches closely, waiting to see if the WNBA can turn chaos into a catalyst for positive change and restore faith in the game's integrity.
Because the WNBA and sports now are so into narrative, so anti-marriage, so into what's the best story for the league.
The WNBA faces a pivotal moment. Controversies from the finals have exposed deep-rooted issues. Questionable officiating and perceived bias at the highest levels have shaken the league's foundation. The path forward demands decisive action to rebuild trust and restore faith in the game's integrity. Stricter officiating standards, enhanced transparency,